Well, there are delays for every carrier under circumstance. It is not only because of the decline of airlines, but delivery efficiency of the last miles is seriously affected under quarantine. Demi takes three most popular lines to the US, for example. For USPS, it takes 12 to 25 days for most of the orders. Some orders may be a few days faster or slower. And it takes 20 to 30 days by CJ package, while the delivery time was 5 to 15 days before the COVID-19. And the Union Express US Direct Economy line also takes 20 to 30 days to the US. We just have a new line to the US. Name is CJ Package Y.Is US. The delivery time is around 15 days. A few of orders may be faster or slower. If you are shipping to the US, you can choose this new special line. It's much cheaper than USPS. And nowadays, the circumstance is worse in Canada. Many special lines to Canada have been cancelled, and to Canada, I suggest you guys to choose CJ Package MY Sensitive. It's a little better. And to Australia, we have set a new Australia special line to make the shipping faster. In the past few months, we made a priority for personal protective equipment such as masks, hand sanitizers, and disposable gloves, so they were least affected. But for now, I would not recommend you sticking to those products. For the past few months, personal protective equipment sold like hotcakes, long ranked the top sellers. But last month, they disappeared from the top 100 bestseller list. You may wonder what happened. Do people no longer need masks? Well, the truth is, masks and other personal protective equipment are still in great demand, but as the pandemic is under control in China, the demand for masks decreased sharply in China. So those big Chinese enterprises can export more masks in bulk to meet the demand. And at the same time, many countries have achieved self-sufficiency in masks as their other industries transfer to produce masks. So it's much easier than ever before for people to buy masks from local stores or giant online retailers like Amazon at a low price. So the demand for dropshipping decreased sharply. So if you are planning to start your dropshipping business with personal protective equipment, especially masks, I would say no, think it twice. But for automatic liquid soap dispenser or infrared thermometer, which you rarely see in local market, or the price is too high in local stores, there is still a chance to make a profit on those products. Okay, just as the saying goes, precautions avoid perils. Preparing ahead of schedule is a part of success. For winning products, it is always better to have a private inventory, not just in order to prevent an interruption in the current uncertain circumstance. With a private inventory, the processing time will be much shorter. You will find it's very important in high seasons. And if you have a private inventory in the US warehouse, the much faster delivery time would be a tremendous advantage over other competitors. Another reason that you are advised to prepare in advance is what I know from one of our agents. If you suddenly meet an interruption in supply for your winning products and you would require replacement as soon as possible, then the quality of a new batch of products may be not so good as the former batches because of haste. We have purchase plans for our hot sellers, but we have tens of thousands of dropshippers work with us, and we can make sure an always sufficient supply for every user. So if you have winning products in hand, the best bet is to have a private inventory for your own. As far as I know, the price for most products is stable, no more expensive than the previous year, but for some hot sellers, sometimes the supply can't meet the demand. The supplier may increase the price, just like the shipping costs. As the flights reduced due to COVID-19, the shipping costs increased day by day, because only those who offer a bad price can ship their goods. And as the flights restored slowly, the costs declined as well. Well, in this special time, the most frequent complaints from the customers are about shipping time. but do not fear tackling the problem, because for now, everyone knows the situation. People can accept shipping delays as long as you inform your customers about the potential shipping delays beforehand. You can write on the homepage or the product page about the potential longer shipping time under the current circumstance, or add a notification to your confirmation email when your customer places an order. Many ways to do it. And once something unexpected happened, as the products be stuck at the customs, let your customer know at the first convenient. It is not your fault, so just let them know the situation. I think most of the customers can understand and wait patiently. The point is, don't wait for customers to find you. Inform them in advance. Take the initiative is very important. And if the shipping time is too long or something unexpected happens makes your customer really unpleasant, it's a very dangerous situation. You may probably lose your order. There's one suggestion to save the situation. Offer the discount to these unhappy customers, like 25 to 50% off. Yeah, it's a big discount. There may be no margin left for you, but if returns and chargebacks happen, the margin is zero, and you lost your time and money spent on ads. But how to do dropshipping under COVID-19? I have 3 suggestions for you guys. The first one, which I think is the most important thing for dropshippers to do, is keep in touch with your suppliers and customers. It's important to stay in touch with your suppliers or agents to make sure things stay on track, even if there is a sudden change to your shipping, manufacturing, etc. Let your customers know that they might not get their purchases on time, and pay attention to after-sales service, which will make or break your business. The second suggestion is keep on optimizing your product line. Hot sellers changed every month under the circumstances. At the very beginning of COVID-19, everyone was selling masks and other personal protective equipment, but for the last month, the demand for PPE fell tremendously. And then the sales of fitness products increased sharply, but as more competitors join in, fitness products are no longer profitable. Make sure to keep an eye on what's on trending, and it's great better to have a foresight on what will be trending. The third suggestion is, if you are not able to sell products in your area or the shipping time is too bad to be accepted to the area, just change your target market. For example, nowadays, the Canada Post has huge backlogs. The delivery time is beyond control, and you can temporarily suspend marketing on Canada, transfer to sell goods to the US. So, in the beginning of this month, Trump announced a plan of banning passenger flights from China to the US, but cancelled very soon in the days from the announcement. If the plan implemented, it will affect CJ packet shipping lines tremendously, because quite a lot of our goods are carried by passenger flights to the USA. If all of the flights cancelled, the lines to the US would decline dramatically, so the shipping price would skyrocket, and fewer flights will lead to longer shipping delays. USPS is one of the most popular carriers dropshippers choose when shipping to the US. The shipping costs kept on rising from the COVID-19 became a pandemic. The cost decreased since the last month. As now we have sufficient flights to the USA, there is no sign that the charges of USPS will go up in the near future. Now we have 2 US warehouses, one in Chino and one in New Jersey. They are located in the US, and we hire US staff to run the warehouses. It will be affected by the local circumstance. For example, fewer workers are working in the US warehouse because of the quarantine, so the processing time will be prolonged to 1 to 2 days because of short of hands.